Hi, today's video, we're going to talk about, my CGS, gas blowback, gun, and we're going to talk about, the build first, then the problems, and then the good stuff about the CGS, and then pretty much an overview on gas blowback gameplay and the CGS design. So, starting off with the build of this, AR, it is the, CGS mk18 rIII by CGS and EMG. It is in black, and I think this is their newest version of design. I think they have other versions of CGS. And my build is just going to be what I kind of had on my other guns. I got a mk18 up here, laser, and then light, and then like light and laser, and then also IR laser. You can see that. Just that. It's pretty okay. I don't know where I got it. Moving. Oh, on the very front, I have this thing from rIII, which slows down the FPS, hopefully to a reasonable amount. I can't get it off. I put it on, and I don't know, but I can't get it off. It just won't unscrew. So, that's fun. Other than that, I have a, Surefire flashlight. It's got the scout body, I think, the long body, and that makes it so when I'm running my suppressor on here, it sticks out further, which is nice. Do just have the tan cap from the smaller version of the Surefire flashlights. And on the back, I've got just the pressure pad going to the pressure pad right here, which actuates a pretty nice light. It's pretty good, especially for CQB. Do have this pressure pad zip tied on. Then I have some Gear Aid camo wrap, and it's pretty nice. It just keeps it on there and it gives me grip. And then I've got a Strike Industries foregrip right here. It's just their, normal foregrip. It does allow for some control on wire stuff. So if you're running a lot of wires on your gun, you can run through here. Just the Strike Industries, so I can get a good grip. I don't know, I'm just testing it out right now. Moving back, I just got the Daniel Defense iron sights. Now, these are 0 to the gun. I keep them down, so if my optic ever goes out, which probably won't, I can just QD this off, flip these up, and use these. Plus, if I switch optics, these are 0 to the gun. So if I take off my laser and take off my optic, I can, throw my laser back on, 0 the laser to the irons, and then 0 the optic to the laser. So, don't even have to shoot anything. So yeah, pretty much, and then I'm just running the Daniel Defense furniture back here with more camo wrap, just where my body hits the gun, just to give it some extra grip. And that's pretty much it. Oh, just want to say the gun is clear, just so nobody freaks out. First I'm going to start off with the problems, I know, so, I don't know. So I have had some problems. There has been some stoppages with this gun, and there has been problems of overgassing it. Now, I am new, so these could be caused by me, so overgassing the mag and stuff. Plus, I don't know why. I don't know if it was my field or my chronograph or something, but this gun went from, shooting 380 to 420 FPS, which is over field limits. That's the reason I got this, so I don't know if it's still doing that. There's no real good way to test it, but just something that happened, just to tell you. There was also another problem with my trigger here, so I actually had to switch it out, because my other trigger, also some other guy had the same problem. The safety, the trigger, when you would pull it, it wouldn't reset. So the reset of the trigger, if you don't know, is when you pull it, and then that reset is when you take your finger off of it, and then you can hear an audible click, and then you're able to pull the trigger again. So it had a problem where the spring in it wasn't strong enough to push it to get that click again, so you'd have to manually push it forward and then pull the trigger again, which wasn't really usable, kind of, especially, yeah, it's just not really that usable. So I did actually have to switch it out for this trigger. This is the upgraded light trigger. So here's the reset. So there's the brake. So somebody else experienced the same problem and said that once they got the cool trigger thing, it started working again. So that's just something. Just prop this up real quick. So yeah, that's another one of the problems. Other than that, there is another problem that is just kind of, it's a gas blowback rifle. I don't think that's really a problem with the kind of CGS and stuff. More so, it's just a problem of, all the gas blowback problems that, you only have like 30 rounds, you have to run gas. Other than that, this CGS, replica, it's very good. Even though I have had some stoppages, it's definitely not as many as I see some other people with really nice upgraded Tokyo Marui guns have. So just to keep in mind that this is a very great replica. Now, I have had about 6 or 7 months on this, AR and its design. So I haven't really had any other problems. Yeah, just going back over it, it's just the trigger and then mags kind of. Now, it's really good. I mean, it functions well. It's got really nice amount of recoil. It's relatively cheap for gas blowback rifles, even though it's like around $500, $510, maybe $499 for this gun. It's really nice. It's very accurate. It has a lot of recoil, which is a good thing. I don't know if it's fuel efficient because I haven't had any other GVBRs, but it runs nice. It runs well. There's been barely any stoppages. It doesn't gas out on you. It has worked well. Now, I am in a desert, so I don't really get cold weather. So this is kind of like amazing for a desert. But haven't had any really, problems, as I've said. So, very nice. If there's any, specs that you guys want to know that they don't supply you with, or any, breakdown requests, because you have a CGS and you're confused about it, I've been through mostly everything. I've pretty much taken apart everything except for the bulk carrier. So if you guys want any, help with that. So, it's pretty good. I haven't really experienced any other replicas. I've heard that some other replicas do have more stoppages and stuff. I don't know if that's because of them being in colder weather or stuff like that. But, yeah, so no real stoppages. This is a very great design. I can't really price how good it is. After around 6 months, the trigger went out, and that's 6 months of every single weekend me shooting around a bottle of green gas through this gun, plus airsoft sometimes. So every weekend or twice a week, going and shooting this gun a bunch for a couple hours at a time. So it's not really the biggest of deal if you don't use your rifles that much. You just go to airsoft once a weekend. I don't think it's that big of a problem. So now it's the overview. First, I'm going to talk about the overview of the CGS, which I've kind of already gone over, and just an overview of gas blowback gameplay. So, like I've said, the CGS has had barely any problems over the last 7 months, barely any stoppages, and I think it's the best bang for buck gun, in my opinion. And this is the only one I've had, so if there's something that you think is better for the price, you can comment that. But just go over it. The only problem's in the trigger, like I've said. No real jams or malfunctions that I've been getting unless I do something stupid to it. You can push it relatively hard without it breaking, and if it does break, all you gotta do is, pull back the bolt and then just, figure out what's happening and just take out the mag, rack the bolt a couple times and throw the mag back in, and you'll be relatively fine. Or usually, if you add another problem that I didn't go over, if you pull the bolt back, a BB can just, roll from here back on top of the mag and then go into your trigger box, which if you don't really get it out and you run a mag through, you'll get BB bits inside your trigger, which could ruin it. I don't know if that's what happened to mine, but just some information. So that's kind of just, I don't know. CGS is amazing. It's great everything. There is, I don't know if it's compatible with, MWS systems. It says it is. I would look up tests that are done, the compatibility, because I don't really have any MWS. The trigger box that I got is from T8, and they do have a lot of aftermarket stuff. They have so if you wanted to on this rifle, you could actually do an aftermarket trigger, and then you could get not only the trigger thing, but you could also get a flat face trigger, and that'd be like another $60. It is expensive, but I don't know if that's price gouging or not. You can get aftermarket bolts. There's a lot of aftermarket support. I don't know. There's not a lot of OEM support though. So that's pretty much it. I don't really know what to say. It's amazing. I don't want to use my AEG anymore, even though this gun is much harder to use on a field. So I'm just going to go to overview of why I love this gun and how I use it on the field. So I love this gun just because the recoil and the realism and how fun it is. And if you bring it to a field, you're kind of, a little bit praised for using a GBBR. The reason I kind of use it is because when I had my TTI, which it's amazing, it shoots 25 RPS. I would never really, peek an angle, and I wouldn't shoot that much per game. I mean, keep in mind that I played at an outdoor field a little bit with that gun, and I haven't played an outdoor field with this gun yet, and I don't really want to because I don't want to get all the dirt because there's, sand and dust in my area. I don't really want to get that in this gun, so I'm not going to, I would say in my opinion, don't run this if you have a really dusty field or dirty field because, stuff gets in this. It just causes problems for you, so I would just say don't, because then you get dust in there, then you start shooting it because you don't really realize, then it gets to here, then it starts graining on the parts, then it gets in your nozzle. So just don't run it at a dusty field, in my opinion. I haven't really decided it out yet, so. But I don't really, I don't really shoot that much during games. Like, right now, my combat load, if I were to, whip out my plate carrier real quick. Uh-oh. But, yeah, my combat load is just 4 mags. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's actually 5, but I don't know where that last mag went. So it's not even really, that much. So this is, I think they're 30 rounds a mag, and I think the gas in the mags actually holds it for enough for 60 rounds to be shot through it, but they only hold 30 rounds. So I think I go through a mag at most a game, because we play in our field only I want to say 15-minute games where you're on one side, and there's only around, I think, 10 players at the max, and it's like, think of Modern Warfare Shipment. That's the size of our field. So very small. So this gun actually functions great in that field because, short and stuff. That's why I got the mk18. So it's realistically short. It's some people at my field are running guns that are this long. So, a little off topic. Yeah, so I don't shoot much. So the GBBR, and then it's an indoor field. So there's no dust or dirt for it to get dirty with. And me have to, clean this for 3 or 4 hours, and maybe it's still broken. And also there's, I don't put down enough suppressive fire. That's also the reason why I'm running an optic and stuff on this gun, is just because I don't put down suppressive fire. I only, if there's a person there, I just put it up, look through my optic, and I just take 3, 4, 5 shots. So I don't even go through that much ammo. And I'm usually at the back of the stack or stuff like that. I'm not really I don't really push a bunch. I got low pain tolerance. I'm a baby. But, so it doesn't really matter to me. So 4 mags is actually enough, usually for a day, for like 5 hours, because I don't really, the games are really short, and then I don't run this hard enough. I don't put down enough suppressive fire. So sometimes at max for a 5-hour game, I think I've gone through, I usually have 5 mags. Sometimes it'll be like, I'll pay for 5 hours, and then, 30 minutes of that is going and, like, getting food, because, like, I get there at, like, 10, staging and stuff, and then making sure, get all my friends in the game, talk to my friends. Then we finally get in, we play. And since it's hot and I get hot, I usually take a break every other game. I don't go every single game that they have. So I take a break every other game. And then if I'm only getting like a couple kills a game, because I'm not really pushing that much, I don't like push that much either. So my gameplay style allows me to run GBBR without having like 20 mags and not, shooting at everything that moves. Because I don't really do that. I never really learned that playstyle. So, the round capacity limit doesn't really affect me. Another thing, mags are expensive. So just putting that out there because it didn't say. Mags are like $60 for like these ones. The Lancer mags are $60, and then the stand tag ones, which should be less because they're not licensed by anyone, are also, they're $65, I think. So they're around the same as a Tokyo Marui mag, maybe less expensive, but they don't have the, if you were to look on these, they don't have the dry fire thing. So you just got to do old school, stick a piece of tape over your bolt catch. But yeah, so this AR lets me do everything I want to, which is CQB, not shoot a lot, want a realistic experience, and look cool. So pretty much does all that, and it does it well. So overall, my opinions on the CGS, it's amazing for my play style. If you were to, if you've already had an AEG for a couple of years and you want to get into a gas blowback rifle, you might have to learn some new ways. If you want a more realistic and fun experience, like not a competitive experience, I would say get a GBBR. More of the milsim guys, you should get like a GBBR. But if you're outdoor, I don't think you should get one. If you are like speedy and stuff, I don't think you should get one, because HPA tapping is not like, it makes it look weird. So I would say if you want to be a milsim guy and you're not really doing like 24-hour events, this is fine for you. This is fine for short games that are indoor games where the mags have enough time to cool down if you were to fill them and stuff. It's just perfect for kind of that. If you're outdoor, maybe, I don't know, if you're outdoor and you have like a grassy field, I don't think it's that big of a deal. But if you're outdoor and you have like a dusty field, I would say don't use this. So I don't know. It's really up to you. You've heard all the good sides, the downsides, and everything about this AR now. So yeah. If you have any questions, just comment them as usual. I will definitely get back to you. And yeah, so you know what? Have a great day, man. See ya later. My next video. Bye.